We'll whip around the country today and talk about a bunch of dirt racing, including the NARC series out west, All-Stars, Lucas, Outlaws, and more to get you ready for the holiday dirt racing weekend. Let's go. Today is Friday, May 27th, 2022. Welcome into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. I wanted to kick today off by saying thank you to everyone who commented and reached out about yesterday's daily show on streaming and racetracks. There's definitely a lot of work to be done here, but these problems can absolutely be solved. And if I call things out like this in the future, I will always offer something in the way of possible solutions because we don't just need to be pointing out issues and complaining here. I'm not here to be just negative, whine, or cause, just general hate and discontent. So if I bring something up like this, I will offer solutions. There's a lot of good and positive stuff happening in dirt racing, and I want to keep pushing all of that forward as well. Now, keep your eye on social media and websites this weekend as the rainouts are coming in hot and heavy. A lot of races have already been canceled or postponed for tonight. I've already tweeted something like 10, 15, 20 announcements from last night and this morning, and I'm sure we're probably not done yet. So if you're headed out this weekend, be sure to check that your track is actually running before you leave the house. And as expected last night, we didn't get the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at Lucas Oil Speedway. The first night of the Show Me 100 weekend was lost to weather, but we should be good to go tonight and Saturday. As I said yesterday, Brandon Shepard leads Tyler Erb in the point standings entering the weekend, and Hudson O'Neal is the defending race winner. I'm just going to roll my win picks from yesterday straight into tonight, so both me and the DirtTracker.com analytics prediction formula like B-Ship. In other news from the series, they announced the 2023 Speedweeks race dates yesterday. 18 days from January 25th through February 11th will take the Lucas Late Models from Georgia down to Florida. And they'll race 13 times along with 3 practice days and 2 off days kind of in between. Golden Isles, Bubba, Alltech, and East Bay all back on the schedule. 2023 Speedweeks will basically mirror what we had this season between the 4 tracks. And some nice money will be paid out with the finale at Golden Isles paying $25,000. Bubba is going to pay $10,000 each night, and the finales at Alltech and East Bay both pay $15,000 to win. If you want to see the full announcement about the Speed Week dates and all of the information, head over to lucasdirt.com. Out in Oregon last night, we got the first of 4 races completed for the NARC 410 sprint cars for their northern swing. Last night was Southern Oregon Speedway. Tonight is Willamette Speedway. And then Saturday and Sunday are stops at Grays Harbor up in Washington. They had a little rain earlier in the day on Thursday, but they were able to get racing completed with a little bit of track work through the night. I know tires were an issue at one point, but the feature turned out to be pretty good, I thought, and we didn't have any real problems throughout. They also drew a great crowd at the track that is near Medford. It was great to see that. They had 18 cars checked in for the NARC feature. In that main event, Mitchell Facino sat on the pole in the Tarleton 21, and he looked to be in control throughout that main event. But things for him went sideways as the race was approaching 10 laps to go. With Dominic Scelzi chasing him, Facino caught the outside wall down the backstretch after drifting high out of a turn 2, and it flattened his right rear tire. That handed the lead to the 41 of Scelzi for the restart, and Dom drove away to the win. It was his 4th consecutive NARC victory. Justin Sanders and Willie Croft completed the podium. Tanner Holmes was the highest finishing local in 6th. The win for Scelzi and the issues for Facino have widened the gap between the two in the standings, with Scelzi now leading by 40 points. Facino, Croft, Bud Kading, and Shane Golobic complete the top 5. There are scattered rain chances through the rest of the weekend for the next 3 stops, so hopefully they're able to dodge those raindrops and get some racing completed. If you aren't nearby, all of these races will be live over on Flow Racing. And across the country last night, the other Scelzi brother was winning as well. He drives that KCP 18. Gio started outside pole on the 410 show at Selinsgrove and drove away from the field for a nearly 12-second margin of victory in a non-stop main event. Brian Brown, Danny Dietrich, Freddie Raymer, and Lucas Wolf completed the top 5. Brown and Scelzi are in central Pennsylvania this weekend to also take on the All-Stars, who are at Williams Grove tonight and Port Royal on Saturday and Sunday for the Weikert Memorial. Tyler Courtney enters with a 44-point lead over Parker Price Miller, with Justin Peck just another 2 points back in 3rd. Unlike the World of Outlaws in central Pennsylvania, the All-Star regulars haven't had a whole lot of luck against their posse brethren in recent years. The last All-Star full-timer to win at the Grove was Aaron Reitzel in 2020, and the same is true at Port Royal, with Corey Eliason owning the last All-Star victory there back in September of 2020. Since then, we've had a heavy dose of names like Anthony Macri, Lance DeWeese, and Brent Marks. And I wouldn't go against some of those names this weekend. The prediction formula likes DeWeese tonight at the Grove, but I'm going to go Marks. He won the last show there back in April with the All-Stars, and I think he'll be stout again tonight. The All-Star full-timers need to try and just maximize their finishes this weekend, I think, and avoid any issues. I think Justin Peck could possibly steal a win. I think out of any of these guys, he's obviously had past success here in the last couple of years at the Grove, and I think maybe he would have a shot tonight. But I think for the most part, those front runners need to just stay close to one another. All three nights will be alive over on Flow, as are all of the All-Star events. On Saturday night, the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series will be at Atomic Speedway in Ohio before they head to Lawrenceburg on Monday. Brad Sweet continues to lead Carson Macedo, David Gravel, and Sheldon Hodenshield in the standings. Logan Schuchart appears to be the only other driver right now really within any sort of striking distance of those front 3 or 4. The Outlaws haven't been to Atomic since 2009, and Donny Schatz has the most success there of any Outlaw regular. That includes 4 wins in 6 starts. But 13 years later, things are different right now for Schatz than they were back then. He does have 3 straight top 7 finishes right now, but the 10-time champ hasn't led laps or won an Outlaw feature since the season opener back in February at Volusia. As good as he's been at that track, I think I'd look elsewhere for a win pick tomorrow. The DirtTracker.com analytics prediction formula does not agree with me on this one, as it does have Schatz as the favorite for the win. I think I'm going to roll with Sheldon, though, on Saturday. He's got 3 straight top 4 finishes, including that win at Bridgeport just 10 days ago. That night, he beat Kyle Larson in an epic finish. I think he'll be fired up to win in his home state. And if you're wondering how Sweet is leading the points right now with only 1 win in 21 races this year, look no further than his absolutely insane consistency. He's a perfect 10 for 10 right now in top 5 efficiency, meaning he's finished top 5 this year every time he started top 5. He's also 18 for 19 in top 10 efficiency, and his average finish is more than a full position better than his closest rival. So even though he hasn't been super fast lately with 3 double-digit finishes in his last 6 races, the KKR 49 just keeps plodding along. As is always the case, all of these races can be watched live over on Dirt Vision. On the flip side, the World of Outlaws late models are also in Ohio. They're scheduled for Sharon Speedway. Tonight's racing at the track has already been lost to rain, so we'll hopefully get to see them tomorrow. We've been following this points battle between Dennis Erb Jr. and Max Blair, but Erb kind of just keeps stretching away from him, with that gap right now sitting at 100 points. In the 2 previous trips to Sharon for the series, Kyle Larson and Brandon Shepard were victorious. Before that, it had been 9 years since the Outlaws raced there, so I think we could very easily be in line for a first-time winner at the track tomorrow night. The prediction formula, I think, is reaching a bit for tomorrow. It's picking Mike Norris for the victory. He finished 6th at Sharon back in 2019. I'm just going to keep it simple here and just pick Erb. I think this would be a decent pick for this weekend. This race will also be live over on Dirt Vision. Elsewhere this weekend, there's a lot of other racing going on, especially since it's a holiday weekend, but I wanted to point out a few other series. The ASCS National Tour has lost tonight's racing at Lake Ozark to rain, but they are still on for tomorrow at Lake Ozark with a stop at Thunderbird on Sunday as well. They haven't raced since March 26th, though you know those guys will be definitely fired up to get going again. Wayne Johnson currently leads Blake Hahn and Seth Bergman in the ASCS standings. Also, the US MTS Modifieds will be busy this weekend with 4 straight nights of racing starting tonight at Chateau Speedway in Minnesota. They will then head to Deer Creek on Saturday, Winneshiek Raceway on Sunday, and Mason City on Monday. Dustin Sorensen currently tops Tanner Mullins and Zach Vanderbeek in that US MTS Championship race. All of those races will be live over on Race and Dirt. Drop me a comment and let me know your dirt racing plans for this weekend, who you're picking for some of these wins. Are you headed to the track? Are you going to be watching stuff on the streaming services? Let me know what you got going on. Monday is the Memorial Day holiday, obviously, coming up, but we will still have a daily show like usual, especially because of all of the racing going on. And if you don't have one, don't forget you can already you can grab a Dirt Tracker decal, for $3. That includes postage. They are available over at dirttracker.com/decal. They'll look great on your car, your beer fridge, your cooler, maybe even your race car if you want to do that. But dirttracker.com/decal, $3, and you can get one. And even with all of the cancellations around the country this weekend, the streaming schedule is still insanely big. Well over 100 shows between now and Sunday and Monday. Plenty of things to watch if you aren't headed out to the track this weekend. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. Basically, everybody is in action. Flow Racing, Dirt Vision, Race and Dirt. You've got Fast 4 stuff going on, Mav TV Plus, Speed Sport, all kinds of things happening across all of those streaming services. That's it for the show today. Enjoy the dirt racing weekend ahead. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday for more Dirt Tracker Daily.